Technology Infused Assessment Module by Leah Wyndham. What were my perceptions about teaching ELLs before taking this course? Before this semester, I thought ELLs are not smart, ELLs are emotionally unstable, all ELLs speak Spanish, and ELLs lack parental support. What were my perceptions about teaching ELLs after taking this course? I learned that ELLs are smart. It is easy to assume that ELLs are not as smart as their peers because of the language barrier. It is important that teachers offer comprehensible input or scaffolded instruction that draws on the experiences of students to maximize understanding. ELLs are not emotionally unstable. ELLs are not emotionally unstable, but some of them go through a culture shock. Teachers need to accept the fact that some students might have some difficulty learning due to unhealed emotional scars. Not all ELLs speak Spanish. Even though Spanish is a common language here in Texas, teachers should never assume that ELLs only speak Spanish. Families come from all over the world, and it's important for teachers to respect all cultures. Lastly, ELL parents do care about their child's education. In some cultures, parents view teachers as the authority, and some are embarrassed about their proficiency in English. That is why teachers need to make ELL parents feel welcomed and show that they care about their child. My 5 common misconceptions about teaching ELLs. Number 1. Students should avoid using their native language in the classroom. Allowing ELLs to speak their first language in the classroom plays a positive role in second language acquisition. Also, allowing students to speak their L1 in the classroom can help facilitate cognitive and academic growth. Number 2. Teachers often have to lower their expectations for ELLs. Teachers should never assume that ELLs do not know what is going on or that they are incapable of completing their work. Teachers should have high expectations for all students. Number 3. ELLs need to adapt to the new culture. As educators, we should embrace every student's culture and welcome it in the classroom. Number 4. All English language learners share similar background, culture, and socioeconomic status. Teachers should always get to know every ELL individually and should not view ELLs as a collective group of students. Number 5. All English language learners are immigrants. It is important for teachers to be mindful and empathetic towards the backgrounds of ELLs and to understand that not all ELLs were born outside the U.S. 5 critical concepts that all teachers should know about when working with ELLs. Krashen's comprehensible input. Our job as educators is to provide input that is one step beyond the student's current stage of linguistic competence. ELLs need to be in a stress-free, low-anxiety environment to be motivated. Conversational language. Basic interpersonal communication skills, also known as BICS, are language skills needed in social situations. The idea of BICS helped me understand that students will learn their L2 through peers and day-to-day routines. Homogeneous and heterogeneous grouping. Grouping students with others is a great way for ELLs to develop their L2. Academic learning. Cognitive academic language proficiency, also known as CALP, relies heavily on academic content. Academic language is not just about vocabulary. It also includes skills like comparing, classifying, synthesizing, evaluating, and inferring. Lastly is successful instructional strategies. These strategies include metacognitive, cognitive, and social strategies. These strategies are used for ELLs to help make learning easier, faster, and more enjoyable. Now to some of the do's and don'ts that teachers should keep in mind. The 5 do's are: always have a classroom full of visuals and verbal and nonverbal cues. Respect all cultures and apply them to your lessons. Group an ELL with another student during activities. Encourage parent involvement in the classroom, and activate schema in all lesson plans. Now to the don'ts. The 5 don'ts are: group ELLs based on economic status, ethnicity, or gender. Don't rely on just the ESL specialist to teach ESL students language acquisition. Don't give up on an ELL. Don't make ELLs only use their L2 in the classroom. And don't assume that all ELLs learn at the same pace. Here are my resources, and thank you for listening.